at my interview, I was definitely nervous at my interview, but I was trying to find anything and everything to stand out. I felt like I was pretty honest with them without being judgmental about other places I worked or whatever. But I tried to communicate what my actual skill set was. But I think most importantly, I think what Dreamworks was most interested in was, one, to know that I could have, I had technical abilities, could program, could do things like that, and they tested that. But I think more importantly was, my attitude, my personality, how well I would mix with other people at the company. And I think at a company like Dreamworks, which, to me is the pinnacle of where you want to work, they really look for personality matches much more so than anything else. And, it's really important to, present who you are and, just let them make the decision. Don't try to be something you're not. Just let them know who you are and let them figure out if it works for them. So the first one was Ant Bully, and that came out in 2006, I think. And then after that, I taught at the university for about a year, and then went off to Dreamworks, and have been there for about a year and a half. Just wrapped up work on a film called Monsters vs. Aliens, and I'm not sure what all I can talk about beyond that, but there's definitely a sequel and some shorts that we're working on that I'm a part of. So that's about all I can say, though. So that's a two-parter. So I used to get really fidgety at my older jobs, which were mainly like programming, but it was working on some military project where maybe it was like testing a missile or something like that, where it would check all the systems on the missile or something. To me, that's really boring because there's no end product. It's like, does the missile work? Yes, no, and then that's basically it. So part of it is, the first time I was working at DNA and I saw that first lit rendered image that I clicked go on, and it just grew and popped up. I mean, that gave me the willies, all this hair standing up on the back of the neck, because it was just amazing. It was like, wow, this is freaking awesome, because you have immediate response based on something that you've created and put your time and effort into. Certainly can be frustrating, when it doesn't do what you want, but that was one big part of it. And I think the other part for me that is essential no matter what I do, where I go, is I need to have good interaction with people. I need to feel useful. And at Dreamworks as a TD, I'm constantly helping people solve their problems, and they have this software is not necessarily working right, or we need to add some features or whatever. And if I can step in and make that awesome, that's to me the best feeling on the planet is feeling useful and feeling getting to talk to people and whatever, communicate. So I think I would like to see more TD based classes, as far as what would have prepared me to be in industry doing exactly what I'm doing. So things like programming and trying out new systems, setting up pipelines, things like that would have been pretty helpful here. But I think the part that I took away from this program that was essential to my survival is communication. I learned to get used to all sorts of crazy new technologies, whether it be Second Life or Doom 3 or Maya or Final Cut Pro, Vegas, whatever the software was, it didn't matter. It was being comfortable around all those constantly changing, evolving technologies, but more importantly, knowing how to work with other people in groups, communicating, being able to task things out and understand and keep track of what was going on. That was essential here to me being and getting my job. The ability to communicate, to accept responsibility, all that came from this program. So, as far as ATEC keeping itself hot and trying to make sure that it's the best, that the kids get the best education they can get. I mean, you look at the staff that they're trying to hire and the staff that they have hired. You know, they're doing a lot to really make this a full-featured program in known areas, and then based on that staffing too, you can also look at how they're exploring the unknown areas, stuff that's not necessarily, you know, mainstream yet or whatever. You know, this program is constantly reevaluating, they're just growing leaps and bounds, and you know, I think they're doing a great job of just staying cutting edge, and you know, I'm really proud of them for keeping that up.